trip to Wisconsin means, in terms of where you guys hope you end up in that bracket?
Well, it's a huge road trip for us. We're fighting, obviously, for a championship, just like the other teams that are close to the top. More importantly, just trying to keep moving forward. I thought we played very well against Valparaiso on Saturday. Got that win. Now you got to go on the road and get some road wins, which are always tougher to come by.
What's the toughest thing about Milwaukee?
Milwaukee is very talented. Rodriguez is a point guard that can not only score but makes all the players around her better. Aviana Young is their post player who's been coming a long way. She had 36 or 38 in a recent game and has been playing very well. So they can really score. That's probably the biggest thing we need to try to hold them down points-wise.
Have you thought about returning to Green Bay at all?
Say that again?
On a personal level, have you thought about going back to Green Bay?
Not really. I haven't had a lot of time to think about much. I do have a ton of family coming to both games, so that's exciting. We're trying to take it one game at a time, and I'm worried about Milwaukee right now. And once we get a little deeper into the week, I'll have some time to look into Green Bay and how they've been. I mean, obviously they've been playing very well, but kind of what we're going to do to try to offset what they're doing.
Earlier in the year, when you got off to that 6-0 start, the standard response was, there's a lot of games still to be played.
Yeah.
Now, in the hunt and it's crunch time, to what degree, if at all, is the team's mentality about where it is changing?
I don't think so. I mean, the team's pretty focused on the next game at hand, which is good. And with that being said, there's still 6 games, which is in my mind a lot of time left. Everybody's kind of bunched up and everybody plays each other, so you don't want to trip up, but it may happen, and you will have some games to recover from that at this point.
Coach, can you talk about Heidi? I mean, you haven't obviously been here for most of her career, but what she kind of means to the program and kind of the milestone she's approaching.
Heidi's just an extremely hard worker and will do anything, that needs to be done for the team to win. It's exciting to see how far she's come even in a year, and I think she's just scratching her potential, honestly. I think she's going to be that much better again next year. And it's fun because she's the type of player and person that you want on your team and that you want, the young players on your team to follow. And that's really not much else needs to be said. I mean, it's great for her to get these records. I don't think she's that worried about them. She's more worried about the team winning and hopefully, vying for a conference championship. So we're just moving forward in that sense.
John, do you kind of have a sense of a number that you need to host a game? I mean, obviously with your 6 remaining games, 4 of them are ahead of you. You kind of have a number in mind that if we get to this X amount of number of games, we can host a game, do you work better? Or is that just...
Not really. Just trying to focus on the next game. All of those teams toward the top play each other, so it's kind of hard to predict. We obviously, at a minimum, want to be in the top 4. And right now, being 1 game out of first and playing all those teams, we have our sets. If you're not going to dream big and dream for the top spot, you might as well not be, coaching or playing. So we wanna do everything we can to win the league and host the whole thing.
If you had your choice, would you rather play Green Bay first this week or Milwaukee, or doesn't it matter?
It really doesn't matter. I guess with the last time we played these 2 teams, we played Green Bay first. So you have a little bit more time to prepare for the team that you play first. But honestly, it doesn't matter because they play on Friday too, so they'll have a similar amount of time to prepare. What you don't want is really for a team to have the whole week with only your game on Saturday or Friday or whatever the case may be when you're playing other games. I like Valparaiso, they played Monday, Thursday, Saturday this past week, and we played Saturday to Saturday. So we had a ton of time to prepare, and I don't know what the league is going to do in terms of adding teams, but that would be nice to kind of even out. Now you play 2 on the road, 2 at home, 2 on the road, and keep them on Thursdays, Saturdays. so you don't have to do a lot of adjusting in terms of what you're doing.
You're obviously familiar with Green Bay. Just what's the atmosphere like in a basketball game as opposed to any other game in the conference?
Well, they have great fan support, a very nice arena. Their fans are really enthusiastic, and I think it's the Think Pink game also on Sunday, so that'll raise the amount of or level of people at the game. And it's just a great environment. It's what you want to see at a college basketball game, and I know the team is. I talked to them. They're looking forward to playing there. Without bypassing anybody else. I mean, they're focused on Milwaukee right now, and so is the staff. And we're hoping to get through that with a victory and then be able to play Green Bay for first place.
Other than winning 15 straight league titles, what will it take for this program to develop similar support, where you've got more than the kind of 1,200, 1,400 regulars in the seats?
I think that winning always helps, obviously, but this community has always been very supportive of women's basketball. When Coach DeGregorio was here, I know they had great fan support, and there was some seasons, fairly recent seasons, where the women's program was well below par, and I can see the community would get frustrated with that situation. So hopefully with the year the team had last year, and we're fighting for a league title this year, we bring some more fans. And I mean, you need to be very competitive, put a great team on the floor, and really compete. They want to see hard working, good players out there, and hopefully we're bringing that to the table, and that in turn brings more fans into the stands.